Hey everyone, Sumu's here. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about how to manage a Minecraft server using Fluctus and MinecraftPanel.com. At this point I assume that you already have a subscription through Fluctus and know how to log in to MinecraftPanel. If you don't, there are other videos out there and other documents that should be able to help you with that. I'm going to demonstrate this using a server that I have already set up. The first thing that you need to do is configure your server. You can do that by selecting the configuration icon. Here you can select your server platform and several other key aspects of the game, such as max players, game mode, type, etc. So here we want to make sure that we have a server platform of bucket. We've set up our monsters and animals as we want, and we're enabling PvP, and we are not using a whitelist. You can click through all of these tabs and then click on submit at any time that you want. The next thing that you should do is ensure that your server is running the version that you want. You can do that by selecting Updates. Since I chose Bucket in my configuration, I'm going to choose it here too. Now I like to have all the latest features, so I will be running the latest development build. So I'm going to go over here to Development, and even though it says unstable, these are usually fairly well tested. Now if this is going to be a high volume server, then you might want to select an older version, or you might even want to select a beta or recommended. But here I'm going to select the latest development build. I like to live on the edge. Now as you probably know, versions are critically important, since a 1.7 launcher cannot connect to a 1.6 server without specifically downgrading. This is something I overlooked when I first set up this server. Now I'll return to the dashboard, and I'm going to choose my plugins. To add or edit your plugins, click on the plugins icon. You don't have to download anything to your desktop to install a plugin. Simply paste the download link here. For example, let's say that I want to install Permissions X. So I can go to the plugin page and find the download link. So here's the download link for PEX. So I'll right click, copy link address. And now I can paste that here, the project URL, and click install. Click on the install button, and the plugin is installed. Now it doesn't show up. Sometimes you may need to refresh the page for it to show up down here on the list below. One of the nice things about the Minecraft panel is that you can browse for plugins. This is kind of like a plugin store. You don't have to pay for anything. One of the nice things about the Minecraft panel is that you don't have to One of the nice things about the Minecraft panel is that you can browse for plugins. This is kind of like a plugin store, only you don't have to pay for anything. So let's say that I want to add MC Money. I can click on Browse Plugins and either select my category and find the plugin that I want, or I can simply search for it over here. So I've searched, I see MC Money, which I want. I click Install Plugin, and now it has been installed. Now if this is a brand new server that hasn't been started, you will not see these green Edit Configuration buttons to the right. Or you might see the button and might not be able to do anything if you click on it. That's okay. You have to start the server once with the plugin installed, because this will create all the configuration files for that plugin. Once the configuration files are created, then you can edit them. So let's go start the server. I'm going to click on my dashboard up here, and on the right hand side we'll see the status, and the status is offline. So click on the green Start button. Now, if you're curious like me, then you can click on the web console and see what's happening as the server boots up. It's going to take a few moments to boot, and you can watch it boot up here. Now, when you see this kill button change to a start, restart, or a stop, a restart, or a kill button, and you see the text is stopped generating here, then you know that you are ready to connect and play. Or in this case, I'm going to click Stop, and this will let me edit my configuration plugins like I want to. Now sometimes if you try to stop the server might not stop cleanly, or it might not stop at all. And in that case, then you might need to select the kill button. Your preference is always to stop using the stop button, because that cleanly shuts down the server. Kill will not shut down the server cleanly and might lead to some minor issues, so you want to avoid using the kill button if at all possible. So now that the shutdown is complete, I can return to the dashboard and return to the plugins. So now I can find the plugin that I want to edit, let's say permissions X, and I can click on the Edit Configuration button to the right. Now I can find my configuration files, click on Edit. Here I can make the changes that I need to make, modify them as I see appropriate, and click on Save. Now that I have saved the file, I can return to config files for my plugin to edit additional config files if I need to, or I can click on the breadcrumb up here as well to return to the plugin manager and edit additional plugins. Don't forget your permissions. If you're using a plugin like Permissions X, then you will need to edit the Permissions X configuration file to give your players and moderators the appropriate permissions that you want. So moderators may have powers that other players don't have, but if you have specific commands that you want users to be able to execute, then you will need to specify that in the Permissions X files. If you want server ops, then you can click on the server ops icon here and enter their username like so. The same process works for whitelisting players, but the Minecraft panel is intelligent enough to know that I've configured the server without a whitelist, so I cannot demonstrate that process for you. If I need to ban a player, then I can click on Bans and enter player names that I want to ban right here. Okay, so now that I have everything configured as I wanted, I can start the server and connect. So I'll click over here on the dashboard, and now I can click Start. And once it is fully started, then I can use this information right here to connect. Don't forget, not only do I need the URL, I also need the port number. So that's the number after the colon here. Well, there you go. I hope all of that makes sense. Enjoy your server and good luck.